Hello, I'm Nancy. Welcome to my channel. I want to encourage you to do a review of your day-to-day life. I've talked on this channel before about time, but today I want you to take a good look at your use of the time that you have. What are you allowing in your life? What is using up your time, your energy? What is keeping you from reaching your goals? Or what is taking you closer to your goals? It's easy to begin new habits without realizing it. To pick up a recommendation for a movie, to begin watching a new TV series, to follow a new YouTuber. It's easy to allow other people to influence and infringe upon our time for their own purposes. It's just easy to go along to get along. But anything and anyone can begin to be part of our daily life without our realizing that it's happening. Using up our time to the point where we feel like we don't have any time of our own. There are people in my life that I am a mentor to. I allow them time that I may not allow others. Some people want help or need a listening, compassionate ear. And then there's others who just want to empty themselves onto you without really being part of your life. A good question to ask someone who comes to you, either in person or by phone, is, do you want advice or do you just need a listening ear? That allows you to know the purpose of the conversation, and I think it allows the other person to know that you are there only for that purpose. If they want advice, then there's a time in which they should stop talking and then listen to you. If they just need a listening ear, then once they talk about whatever the issue is, then you don't have to listen to them to go back over and over again what they have already said. People are important to us, or should be, because people are important to God. And people need to most always be the priority in our lives. I'm an introvert. I can go long periods of time without interacting with others and be perfectly fine. But God did not create me in a vacuum, so I cannot live in a vacuum. Family is always a priority to me. But my family has grown and developed their own lives. So I'm not as personally involved as I once was. But I'm still here when needed, even at a moment's notice. And I make time to interact with them when it's convenient for them. As I go about my daily life, I try to, on purpose, always be aware of the people that surround me. And while I don't intrude upon others, I can still pray for them as I see the need. One area that I want to emphasize today is hobbies. Hobbies are a good thing overall, especially once we are retired and seem to have more time for ourselves. I have myself wondered, how did I ever have time to have a career when I have so much that I want to do? Hobbies can range from travel to gardening to cooking to crafts, sewing. And in themselves, all these are good. But never allow something that once interests you to stay in your life if it's now not so important to you. Joe and I used to take a particular trip each year, one that we both enjoyed. When he departed to heaven, I could not even begin to think about taking that trip alone. But last year, I felt a need to prove to myself that I could make the trip and enjoy the trip. So I did. I made the trip. I enjoyed the trip. But I also discovered something. I discovered much of that trip was about our togetherness. It was not so much of the place as it was the time that we had in conversation and in enjoying one another. So this year, that trip is not on my schedule. One thing that I have done since Joe departed is that I have joined our state master gardener program. One of my earliest memories is my grandmother, who lived across the street, out in her rose garden, hoeing the weeds, in a house dress and a sun hat. I smile thinking about that even now. And my mother, I tell people that I believe she could put a broom handle in the ground and it would bloom. I'm not as good as either of them, I don't believe, but I do enjoy working in the yard and developing flower beds. So now I'm part of a group who talks about seeds, flowers, trees, and other growing topics. I can be as much a part of the group as I want to be. And when I don't want to be, when I don't want to participate, I don't. Reading is another of my hobbies. I like a lot of the old classic mysteries, and I can read and reread them. I have to watch myself that I don't use too much of my time in doing this. I have been asked, why would you reread a book? Well, it's familiar. I like it, and I gain comfort from it. So I allow it from time to time. I enjoy cooking. So I cook for 3 of the major holiday meals for my family. As long as they will show up, I plan on cooking. I've had to learn to do much more prep. Can't seem to multitask in the moment quite so much, but I still get it done. Whatever the hobby that you have, just make sure that it's still bringing you joy and not just something that you've just always done. One of the things that I'm realizing in these elder years of mine is the time that is required to take care of this vessel that I live in. Oh my goodness. I've heard others talk about this, but never really knew it was actually a thing. One actress that I heard said that it takes her until noon to just get up and get her body in shape to move for the remainder of the day. Well, I'm not that far gone quite yet, but it does take time to keep my body hydrated, to eat properly, to stretch, and yes, stretching is a thing that needs to be done, to exercise so that I don't lose the ability to move. We all need to realize that we can only stay on this earth while we have a viable body to live in. Just don't allow anything to gain control of your day-to-day activities. Review these daily routines. What are you allowing in your life? What do you need to evaluate and possibly remove from your life? Just because you once did it, just because you once enjoyed it, doesn't mean that you need to keep doing it. What's bringing you joy and what is not? Think about this and make any decision that will make this life in our elder years so much better for you. If you're enjoying my videos, please do me a favor, subscribe, and then check out each of my playlists when you have a chance. Thank you for being with me today, and we'll be together again soon.